I will promise to cut this.
Okay.
All right, so we're starting. What's the time? 20 a minute.
In 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Big Bear Review. I'm James.
I am Mario.
I'm Romeo.
Yes.
That is who we are.
Those are their names that were given to
Their
them at birth.
names? Oh, okay. Our names.
Our
really?
names.
That's what it should be.
I earned my name.
You
I
earned
fought
your
a
name?
dragon.
Oh, that must have been a really weak one. Anyway.
Bitchiness starts early. Awesome. Good times. Good review. All right, so we're going to be doing a movie that just came out. We're going to be doing The Suicide Squad. So who wants to go first? So it doesn't really matter who goes first here.
This is very true.
Okay.
So Romeo, you wanted to
Visual
compare.
movie critic.
You wanted to compare the old Suicide Squad to the new Suicide Squad.
Well, it's kind of hard not to compare it, but
Of course, it isn't.
especially since the movie itself kind of makes fun of the first one. In a way. So that's why it's kind of hard not to talk about
For you. Let's get this straight.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, basically, this is the sequel to the original Suicide Squad, but also part of the DCE extended universe. It basically stars some of the original Suicide Squad. And I know not everyone's back.
Yeah, I know.
Some of them return, but there's a whole new cast of people involved in the group of Suicide Squad, and basically they have to kind of forced to save the world, kind of like the first one, but in a different type of mission with a whole new cast, as I said, and chaos basically ensues.
Chaos
and chaos in a good way.
Okay.
In a good way.
Sure.
But that's basic. That's, I would say, the summary of Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I would say.
I
don't want to kill too much of it until we get to spoilers. So
it is on HBO Max.
If you do not want to watch any of the spoilers, please click off the video and come back after you have watched Suicide Squad.
Yeah, because it's gonna be hard not to spoil some of it. They're
pretty impactful.
definitely,
events.
definitely. Watch the movie and then come back and everything. And by all means, tell us what you thought of the movie, because I liked it.
I did too.
For
I
sure.
can see where Romeo's coming from with it's a little hard to not compare it to the old one, but at the same time, it's just kind of like the movie was just overall better.
Well, yeah.
Like,
I mean, I think I don't think Warner Brothers stepped in as much as they did with the first one.
they just basically let James Gunn do whatever the fuck he wanted.
Exactly, and that's just exactly what it shows that needs to be done with these movies, because the studio's like, oh no, we don't like that, and then it ends up being shitty. Like, I don't know why it didn't make money. I'm like, maybe if you minded your own damn business.
That or let someone hire somebody who actually cares about the project and actually do like their own thing on it. Because I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with James Gunn's movies. I mean, he did the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Yeah.
So that's his more popular spectrum. His more like obscure spectrum are from Super, which is basically kind of like Kick-Ass, but his version of it.
Uh-huh.
And that one's super violent as well.
Oh.
And then he also did Slither.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He did Slither?
Yeah, he did Slither.
So
he also
movie.
it's a very funny alien movie, and a lot of the I guess we're going to kind of spoiler territory for the movie, but a lot of the, I would say, the starfish stuff remind me a lot of Slither, and I'm like, yep, that's basically him. That's his like weird side, because he also wrote, I think, the remake of Dawn of the Dead, which is also Zack Snyder's first movie that he ever did.
Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah, he co.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, so knowing him, he knows how to write a lot of characters and kind of gives them enough. I wouldn't say enough depth, but just basically gives the characters enough that you kind of care what's going on. You know, so and he knows how to do that with a lot of characters because mostly a lot of his movies tend to involve a lot of characters in them. So he was a perfect choice for this movie because he kind of went bonkers on it, and it was kind of like very. I actually had fun with the movie, unlike the the original. You know, like it's. I
get it. You hated the first.
I know, but
I'm just here.
I know.
I mean, I just feel
That's what I'm here for,
I just feel the tone in this one's a lot more fun.
What I was
It's a lot more fun.
going to say in regards to that is in this movie, it's a lot more of them showing us the characters and showing us why they're like that versus the original just being like, they're like this for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And we're going to tell you, which kind of takes the excitement and the fun out of the movie. Like, you could see Harley and just all of the flowers in the background.
Yeah.
Or, like, Deadshot having the fucking crippling fear of rats. Like, in this movie, the characters feel way, way, way more human than they do in the original. And that's kind of part of the reason I think this was a better version of it. What are you laughing at?
I also thought the... I forgot who is the Idris Elba's character.
He's basically Deadshot.
Yeah, which but I forgot what's his character's name. But he's basically
He's basically what Deadshot
he basically has the same background as Deadshot.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm pretty sure they chose him for obvious reasons, and but the reason why I like him is because when you see his relationship with his daughter, they fucking hate each other. Oh
yeah, it's like the exact opposite.
Yeah, you know,
Will Smith
it's like oh, I'm doing this for my daughter and I care, love her, but he's just like straight up just hates her, but he still like cares about her, just in a different oddball way, like he's trying to just kind of like give us the old switcheroo to kind of spice things up a bit.
But that actually helps in his character development.
Yeah.
Because you see him come and save the rat chick, Ratcatcher 2, later on in the movie, because that's symbolically his new daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think it's a lot more fun. What did you guys think of the plot twist where, well, kind of, it was a little bit of a twist where the majority of the Suicide Squad that you think you're gonna hang out with were just murdered.
You're like,
I was kind of laughing.
No, like especially when the weasel. Can the weasel swim? Okay, weasel can't swim. Now, all right.
that was the most. I bursted out laughing. Just that scene alone, like right in the beginning of the movie, I was like, "Yeah, this is already better than the."
Well, because it's just that
it's better because the
added
weasel died.
touch of no, it's not because of the weasel died.
It was just funny.
The added touch of realism.
Yeah, I mean, but it was hilarious because I feel like I know the first movie had like attempts of humor, but I didn't think it was funny. Like the humor was pretty bad, or at least badly executed. But for this one, he knows how to make something funny.
Yes, because the POV is coming from one character, and it's consistently that one character, and it's like a rational person would think like this. So to see all of this happening, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'd be very confused.
And that's why you see him like run away and then get his head blown off. It's just like,
oh yeah, that was funny.
Oh.
I'm like,
well, damn, that didn't last long.
I know, right? I'm like, and you're like,
are we talking about the guy who
the one who killed the bird?
The one who killed the bird, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like the entire beginning of the movie.
He was the only one where I was kind of like bummed they didn't do more with him, especially since James Gunn uses him a lot in a lot of his movies. Because he came out in Slither, and he came out in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. He was the guy with the arrow that whistles.
Yeah, no, it's Gunn.
I forgot what his name.
Oh my god, it's the blue guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
The blue guy. It was the blue guy. Crazy.
Yondu. There you go.
Yes.
It was Yondu.
But I mean, I feel like he did enough for what he was supposed. And
Yeah.
he did what he was supposed
It was
to
just
do.
a cameo.
Yeah.
I mean,
It wasn't even really a cameo. It was to set up like the tone of the movie.
yeah. So
Because you have rationality versus the insanity that comes afterwards, and it's just like
you have to put Harley Quinn in it eventually.
it's not even Harley Quinn, but like dealing with Deadshot and him having this whole team that's full of insane people, a person who sees his mom and everybody, a person who wants to eat the other teammates, a person who just sleeps all the time but controls rats, which is his ultimate fear, and then him, and he's like, I don't want to fucking work with you people.
Like,
the
why
fuck?
am I here? This is bullshit.
Right? But it's like, we switch from the guy who got killed earlier to Deadshot, supposed to be our new rational person, which makes everything funnier, because it's like, a normal person wouldn't think this is okay.
Yeah, I know. I think, what do you guys think of King Shark?
I thought it was adorable.
Do you think he was cute?
He's
adorable.
I feel like
he's very much Harley Quinn version of him, except he's not as intelligent.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Quinn is
heard. I'm not too familiar with DC, but I heard a lot of like fans complaining about how like dumbed down they made him. But I just feel like he was kind of like the equivalent of Groot, but DC's version of that.
See,
Because that's how it felt like to me. I mean, he not that I'm saying that he's not cute. He is. It's just he was like probably one of my favorite characters, but I kind of feel like they kind of made him into the group character where he doesn't say much, but when he kills someone, that shit was fun, fucking awesome. I would every time I've seen King Shark depicted, he doesn't seem like he's very smart. So I don't know what they're saying. Oh, he's dumbed down more. I'm like, in freaking one of the DC anime, he just says King Shark is a shark over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Like and then at the end he finally says, "It's been a pleasure working with you." And then I think Boomerang's like, "What the fuck?" Like, you have a different set of words to use, you know. And then you find out he's Constantine's ex. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we'll eventually watch that movie. But yeah, he's Constantine's ex. He's like Constantine walks in. He's like, "Oh shit, that's my ex." And he's like, who is it? Superman's like, "You dated Harley?" He's like, "No." And the King Shark's right next to Harley. And he goes, and Constantine's like, that's when you realize Constantine's bisexual. Good for him. So it's really fun.
Not specious, though.
I mean,
I don't know.
It's a guy shark.
Was that the moment you
And I
knew
mean,
you were
there's
furry?
I don't know.
multiple things to deal with. It's a shark.
I don't know how he can take that, but okay.
Who said Constantine was the bottom?
First of all,
No.
I think it's implied. But I would say probably because he's magic. Probably because he's magic.
Know.
It's like I can numb
Are we really going there?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
How many Samoan men are bottom?
I'm just
We can
pointing
get
out the
that's a different
innuendos.
that's a different review.
That's a different
That's a different
that's a different conversation.
I
altogether.
liked King Shark. I liked Harley. I always love Harley and everything. How she's depicted.
Do you think Sylvester Stallone did a good job doing King Shark?
Was that him?
Yeah. That was
Well,
him.
I mean, Sylvester Stallone
No,
sounds like an
I'm just
idiot,
saying.
so-
I was just saying that as to did you knew it was him?
No, I didn't actually.
Yeah.
That's actually very surprising. I liked. What's the guy that's not Deadshot?
Which
Idris
one? The
Elba,
polka dot
right?
man?
Idris Elba, right? Or
Yeah, him. I liked his character. I really liked his character. His character was really good. I get why they obviously Will Smith's probably not in this one because it was.
he's not. I don't know.
He was a really bad. I like this guy. I like him a lot. He's a really good actor. Everything I've seen him in is very.
Idris Elba, we're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's very entertaining.
I think he has more charisma than Will
Yeah.
Smith. Will Smith, in his younger years, had charisma.
Yes.
But Will Smith now.
Have you seen After Earth?
Yeah.
I mean.
But they try to sell him as if he's a big name, but all he comes out is just schlock.
Yeah.
Like just schlock in the movie. Then it's like,
I mean, even Polka Dot Guy.
like you're not gonna
good.
fool the audience into watching a Will Smith movie anymore if he's just gonna come out and nothing but schlock.
Yeah.
You know, so it's
Do you like Polka Dot Guy?
Yes.
That was.
He was my favorite character.
Really?
Yeah, he was my favorite character.
Who's your favorite character?
Polka guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was my favorite character.
I think King Shark's my favorite.
Well, you know why?
Because of his death animation.
No. He's my second.
When he goes, I'm like,
He's my second favorite, I would say.
I mean, honestly, like the villains they put in there, I don't know any of them. Like, I mean, I know the key ones: King Shark, Harley.
They really
they really scraped the bottom of the barrel of like DC villains.
well. That's the thing with
Polka Dot Guy was so obscure, and James Gunn deliberately picked him because he's so like.
He's a joke.
He
made him dangerous.
No,
like,
but
super dangerous.
James Gunn is the type of person where he will take the most of like obscure like superhero and kind of make something out of it. You know,
Yeah, and you felt bad for him.
He likes the weirdness of comic books.
Yeah, and definitely his backstory is fucking trippy as
Insane.
balls. Yeah,
Mm.
you know, and you feel bad for him. You know, you legit feel like.
You feel
Man,
bad for
how
all of
fucking-
these characters.
I don't feel bad for Harley. She
was okay. I think I'm gonna be crucified by this, but she's my least favorite character on here.
His name is Romeo. His opinions do not reflect my opinions.
Why?
I just don't think she was. She had like everybody had an interesting arc or had something to do that kind of involved what was going on. And when it came to Harley, because I feel like whenever we switch to Harley, it's like a different movie. It's not like it's like the movie put the pause button of the plot just to have her scene.
Just let him finish.
And I wasn't really all enthralled when she tried to seduce or when she got seduced by one of those like mobster guys that was in that family or whatever that she had like a brief love interest in. The only part that was like interesting was when she kind of was like, I promised myself I would if I ever see a red flag on another guy that I want a relationship, that I would just straight up fucking kill him. Because that's when I was like, oh, okay, she has an arc now. She learned from Joker, and that's what she's gonna self-respect herself now.
Yes.
And at that point, that's when it became interesting. But everything else before that wasn't really like all that interesting to me. I was way more interested with the other characters than.
What did you think of Harley?
What did you think of Harley? What did you think of Harley?
I get what you're saying. I really do. I don't think because like Harley was. They sort of tried to make her be the focus of the last one, and in this one, she's kind of just there. Like she's not. I mean, they don't even consider her the leader of the Suicide Squad, and eventually she is the leader of the Suicide Squad because she's the one like.
That lives.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Like she's the one in charge because like the
I wouldn't say she's the one in
what's
charge.
Her name?
I wouldn't say she's the one in charge.
But she's considered the leader in the movies.
Well, yeah, but it was more but in the movie it was more like she's the poster girl for this movie.
Well, also she's
not really that
she's the one who
leader.
survives the missions. So
Yeah.
it's,
No.
So she's the leader by default. But like in this, she's kind of just like an extra, and I get that and everything, and I really because like she's not really the main focus.
Well, because
it's really more about Peacemaker that soldier guy, and then
because
and then that star thing.
Because that's the thing. When it came to the first Suicide Squad, she was the interesting part of the movie because everybody else is bland. So it's like,
well, yeah,
everybody else is like not bland, but totally uninteresting. And I don't care. So, but she's the only thing that when she comes on screen, she's the only one that I like remotely care about. But in this film, it's like, I don't know. I guess it's because I'm still getting kind of like, I wasn't a big fan of the Birds of Prey movie or whatever. Because that one to me was also very mediocre. It wasn't as bad as Suicide Squad, but it really wasn't like as interesting.
What did you think of Harley Quinn?
I liked her. I liked what they did with her, because they essentially basically said Birds of Prey is now in the continuity.
Yeah, they did. They made Birds of Prey part of the.
Yeah. That would seem obvious.
Well, I mean, the DCEU is kind of a jumbled mess right now because, where do you put? Mess? I mean, they said the Joker's not canon, but then some people know it's canon.
They're still trying to figure their stuff out,
and they're going for 3 movies with that.
I mean,
where would that even end?
Of course, they're confused right now because they're like, not only are they doing more movies, but they're also, I guess, redoing the previous movies and making extended cuts out of it. And like, oh, this is the Supreme version. I was like, okay, so the previous version that we paid money in the theater ticket, that's just no longer relevant anymore. No longer valid.
It got an update.
You
downloaded a DLC.
Yeah, and apparently they're going to do that with the Suicide Squad.
No.
That's what they said.
They're not going to release that cut. It's not worth it.
It's like, oh, they released the David Ayer cut.
There's some extra Joker scenes that people wanted to see, but that's really about it. That's really what.
Yeah, but that was in the extended cut, because there is an extended cut of this movie.
Oh, then I don't know.
At least the first one.
Well,
there was just more like stuff with the Joker and Harley Quinn. But
what do you guys think of John Cena as Peacemaker?
He was pretty great. I thought he was solid.
10 out of 10 would choose again.
Yeah, I mean, he lives. So yeah.
Apparently, they're making his own TV show.
No idea.
Yeah. Well, that's
and you know what we
why.
didn't realize. Well, I didn't realize because I just didn't think there was an after credit scene that there's a after credit scene. He's in the hospital, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I said, did you know? And the suicide is on TikTok. If you wait for all the credits, you see Peacemaker alive. I'm like, what the fuck?
Did you see the after cut?
No.
Like the very bottom of the end of the, I would say the end credits.
What?
The Weasel's alive.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah, I saw that. I mean,
just wakes up,
and then he just wanders. I'm like, oh, well, that's gonna be bad later. I mean, you know what? When
poor children.
Amanda Waller, that's her name. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot the bitch's name. When she gets hit in the head with the golf club, I'm like, oh my gosh,
that was gold.
That was gold. And I love that actress too. She's so good at being Amanda, because she's a bitch in the show. She's a bitch. Like, she's that just wholehearted.
We're talking about Viola Davis's
yes.
character. Oh yeah, she's way
so
better here.
Yeah,
she was way better here than the first one. The first one, I feel like she didn't have much to do. It's like they have her there,
no, because like they deliberately try to make Will Smith the focus, and they didn't succeed very well. And then they try to make Harley and Joker the focus, and that didn't really succeed. I mean, they were the highlight, because I mean, come on, even the bad guy in that was like, whatever.
It felt like a video game.
Yeah, I know.
Like, oh, you're in a boss battle.
I was sad when what's his name died though. Diablo. I was like, he's cool. His powers are awesome. I hate that, because like he seems like a character you would want, like, in the next one. I liked his character, and the fact that his power is so interesting. You know?
They never developed him to the point where I cared, really.
I liked him. I didn't care about Captain Boomerang or... I forgot the other guy.
Hell, the one that was in charge of the Suicide Squad group in the first one. He comes back in this one. I forgot what his name. I think Flagstaff or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he's way more interesting in this one.
Yes.
Because he was not at all that interesting.
Yeah, and also, like, I think he liked Harley. You could tell, like, he liked her. So it's like, because in between Birds of Prey and this movie, something happens between them because, like, they both have a fondness for each other that you can just tell, and it's obviously something you're like, oh, I'm never gonna fucking know. You know,
it's probably in the comics somewhere.
You know, I have no idea. Oh, but I have heard that if they do a third Suicide Squad, they're gonna try to introduce Poison Ivy.
That'd be interesting.
And that's like, for me, one of the coolest things. I really want them to introduce Poison Ivy and do it better, because like the original Poison Ivy they put in Uma Thurman, I don't know what they were doing there. Even I was disappointed with that, because you've watched the Batman animated series, and that Poison Ivy, like, she's so awesome, and you get Uma Thurman doing that, and maybe the bad directing, bad something, but yeah,
that, and it was very hammy. Like it,
yeah,
like,
the original
like totally,
Batman's movie were very comical.
I would say the Tim Burton movies, like the ones before, were a totally different tone compared to the last two, like
Batman and Batman Returns.
Yeah,
they were really good. I liked Catwoman, the Penguin, the Joker, of course. But they went from that to a little dark. They were dark, and then they went to cartoonish. And then you're like, Gotham was like this.
But if it wasn't for those movies, the animated series wouldn't be made, because they kind of went off the tone of Tim Burton's movies.
Oh no, those two movies are fine, but like Batman and Robin, Batman Forever, if those didn't exist, it would be okay.
Yeah. Well, they were going...
And I love Batman. I love Batman. He's my favorite superhero, but those movies, like, if they didn't exist, I would be totally okay with it. I would just be like, oh.
I just feel the tone that they were going for with the later ones, at least for me, they were kind of going for, like, the 60s Batman, where it's just very hammy, very, like...
Yeah.
And obviously... they were hamming it up just because they wanted to sell toys, really.
Oh, yeah.
That's the whole reason.
Those moves were definitely cash grabs.
Yeah. So it's like, but gotta love Arnold Schwarzenegger and his cheesy one-liners.
No, you don't. Ratings?
Oh. Why was the one to talk more about it? I don't know.
Okay. We can continue talking about it.
Why don't you talk?
I know.
You don't say anything.
Because you guys always talk over me, so I just
No,
stop.
you just don't say anything.
That's not true.
If you want to say something, say something. But you could jump in. You don't need our permission.
That's not necessarily true.
No, it is. Lately,
I don't say anything because I don't know what's going on because I haven't seen all of the movies, or B, I just don't talk over you guys.
But we've seen,
you're done.
But we've seen the movies.
Yes, but if I haven't seen the movies, how am I supposed to have an actual discussion with you?
So
I don't know what you're talking about.
So did you see the movie?
Not all of them.
No, I'm talking about Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine. You're not missing it.
No, but I'm talking about just Suicide Squad.
I did.
You did. You saw the original, right?
Yeah.
And you saw
I saw the new one too.
Yeah.
Yeah. He didn't say anything.
I did say something. He asked me what I thought of Harley, and then a tangent.
No, when we ask you something, you go, "What do you think about?" Like, you're trying to throw the question at us because, like, you rather we answer it than you answer it.
Because 9 times out of 10, when I answered, you guys jumped in.
Most of the time, that has happened.
Yes. So what's the point in the answer?
Because you're throwing the question at us, and we would like to hear your opinion, not you throwing the question back at our faces.
You're not super into DC, right?
I love DC, actually.
What's your favorite superhero in DC?
Ooh, that is hard. So I like all of them.
Really? Top 3.
I'm cliche, so I'll go with Superman, Green Lantern, and Batman.
Okay. All right. Why Superman? Because he's such a cookie cutter superhero. It's like
I enjoyed watching him break.
okay. I can see that.
I enjoy watching him fall into the darkness when he gave into Darkseid, or just him having the track record of killing people who fucked with his family or people he cared about. I enjoyed watching him getting tricked.
The Injustice storyline?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't like Superman as an actual character. I like the dark side of Superman.
Okay.
And then when it comes to the Green Lantern, it's not just the Green Lantern. I like all of the lanterns, but I'm specifically towards the darker side of the lanterns.
Okay. Alright.
And that's why I like Batman. He's a darker hero.
If you like Green Lantern, you should watch The Blackest Night.
I want to.
And that's when they introduced the
Black Lantern.
The Black
which
Lantern
is
Corps.
actually my favorite.
That shit is fucking crazy. Like, if they ever animated that, that's like 4 or 5 movies.
I hope
That's like if they did the Batman Who Laughs. Which they never will do. Ever. I don't ever see them doing it.
Because it's just like...
No, because like you'd have... Like,
it would destroy the image of Batman itself.
It would destroy everything. Because he ends up nearly destroying reality. So.
I mean, Batman's destroyed reality or attempted to destroy reality numerous times. So...
I mean, you get to see the Bat family for a hot second, and then he kills them. But, I mean, whatever.
It's like, I don't need any attachments. Attachments are for weak people.
Do you like... Oh, okay. Do you like the animated ones versus or the live action ones?
In regards to what?
Honestly, probably the Batman ones are more fleshed out. In the animated series, like you have Batman versus Robin, you have Death in the Family. Bad Blood was a really good one.
Didn't see that one.
Bad Blood's really good. Has a Batwoman in it.
What I do want us to watch is the Suicide Squad, the animated one.
Okay.
Because that's really
Well,
fun.
no, that's in the 52, so I'll be doing that.
I don't know where we can find it, though. But it's really good.
It's on HBO Max.
Okay.
It's Assault on Arkham, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's on HBO.
That Joker's so funny.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Because it's the Joker from the Red Hood.
Exactly.
Like,
It's that one.
Sadness.
I mean, I think that this movie did a lot of fixing that the other one needed. Like,
Yes.
it's going towards a different direction, which is a good thing. Because you kind of get to... Because, like the self-serving of Amanda Waller, you get to see that when the Colonel Flagstaff...
Whatever the fuck his name is.
realize exactly what was going on. You know? And that star thing, that's actually been in the animated series.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
In Batman Beyond, Superman gets it attached to his chest. And you don't know it's attached to his chest because he wears the suit. But, like, I think someone shoots him trying to stop him because he's, like, gone insane. And you see the star. And then, like, the thing comes from a water planet. It's all water. And then someone kidnapped it. And took it to Earth because, that's a great idea. So, I don't know why people do they bring shit here?
Because
isn't
it's
there like
the
a
breeding
side?
ground.
Isn't there like a side planet you can go destroy?
Hold on. The reason people bring things here, and I'm going to explain this in terms of D&D. Humans are the stupidest creatures in the multiverse. Like, when it comes to devils, devils almost exclusively make deals with us. Night hags only fuck with us. Like, fucking mind flayers try to enslave us. Aberrants try to enslave us. Every fucking intelligent species out there only or just about exclusively fucks with us. No one else. Just us. Because we're fucking stupid.
I wish we lived in the Star Trek universe where we're just more enlightened.
And they would still continue just specifically to fuck with us.
Know. That's what they have the Borg for. No, that makes sense. But like, yeah, the Star thing is actually in the Superman animated series. Mm-hmm. You get a glimpse of him. He doesn't do anything. But like in the Batman Beyond series, it's a whole thing because you get to see the Justice League in the future. Like Superman actually has gray hair and he's old, and then Hawkman and Green Lantern, Hawk and Green Lantern actually have a child.
Oh wow!
And he's like has metal, and he's really cool looking. Like you get and Static Shock. He's actually part of the future Justice League, which is like I think that's awesome because I really like Static Shock. And then what I did here was, and I didn't think this was real, but I actually looked at it. That James Gunn nearly put Superman is the villain.
In this one?
In this one.
Oh, wow. That would be interesting.
Because, yeah, they do fight Superman.
Eventually.
Because he goes insane. But also, it's sort of playing off the game that's coming up. If you've seen the trailer for it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the Suicide Squad versus Superman. No, Suicide Squad versus the Justice League.
Yeah,
and it's like you see Harley on the roof, and she's like, oh, mission accomplished, and then freaking, and they're like, where's our other our Mark, and then she's looking up, and then we're like, he's right there, and the Captain Boomerang turns around, he's like, son of a... And it cuts off. And it's Superman's eyes going red. You're like, oh my god.
Captain Boomerang is now dead, so...
yeah. I mean...
I'm so sad that they killed him.
I'm actually like sad they killed Polka Dot Man.
Me too.
Like, I really wanted him to be in the next one.
He finally overcame his trauma.
I thought
just
it would have been cool to like...
Immediately.
To see him like get some sort of fucking like good luck.
No.
But I mean, honestly, maybe him being dead is a godsend for him because, like, that shit looked like it sucked having to deal with that. Like, on it.
It turned very body horror.
Yeah.
It was like whoa, right. You know, when he was having like these allergic reactions and.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. But
when he went in the bushes and all he saw was like lights and shit, and you're like,
what the fuck is this?
Like if he was just like sneezing or something.
Like, oh, I know.
It's like I have to expel them.
He has to, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and then like when you realize his backstory, you're like, oh my god.
I know.
Your mom's a bitch. I hope she's dead now.
Fun fact about the mom is that lady is actually the mom of the actor who played Polka Dot Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he used his actual mom.
Wow.
Oh my god. That would be that. You know what? Like that'd be like the ultimate. Like I love you, so I'm gonna put you in this movie with me.
Yeah. Where I just want.
And here's a check because that check's big. You know.
Yeah.
You know that wasn't a small check, even for the small little roles you played.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know that was.
Well, it was hilarious whenever like he's like, "Oh, I see my mom everywhere," and then it's like everybody's like even everybody's like the version of the mom, like
Peacemaker is like his mom.
Oh my god!
The what's it called? The King Shark was the mom because there was like a scene where a butterfly flew and she's like trying to grab it.
Oh, King Shark. I mean, I think King Shark was one of the funniest, cutest characters.
Yeah, or that scene. I think it was at a club where he's like it was just him, polka dot guy, like just dancing in a club, and he's like imagining everybody was his mom, and they're all like dancing, like grinding.
Yeah,
it was pretty funny. That was.
He's like, ugh, that was gross. So bad.
Yeah, I was like really hurt when he died.
I was. I knew he was gonna die.
Yeah, he kind of felt that he wasn't. Like they built him up just so like haha, you know. But
I mean, he was ultimately a joke.
He was a joke, but like I think that it was interesting that you really like felt legitimately bad for this guy. Like,
yeah, you feel
you have to
bad
deal
for
with
all of the
this.
characters.
I know. Well, I don't feel bad for her. Like,
You're not supposed to.
She
feel
does
bad
it all
for
by her
Harley.
dad. She jumped into the ass, and now she just enjoying
You're not
herself.
supposed to feel bad for her, but you are supposed to feel bad for Deadshot. For
Yeah, I do. I do feel bad for him because like his daughter's a bitch.
his daughter is a bitch.
His daughter's a
but,
bitch. Like if that was my child,
the rat fear.
Like
when he tells Amanda, what kind of deadly assassin would I be if I told you guys what my greatest secret was?
I know. Rats are
Like,
my kryptonite.
Stupid.
You don't think Superman goes around saying,
Yeah.
I'm allergic to kryptonite,
Right.
please don't bring it near me?
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah. I really do hope that it's either the next Suicide Squad or the next Bird of Prey. They want to introduce Poison Ivy, and which I really do hope they do that because there's a huge story arc where the Joker does come back, and Poison Ivy and Harley fight him, and I think Joker gets the Injustice people.
The Injustice are going to come after both of
To
them.
both of them, and then it's basically villains versus villains, and it's a clusterfuck. Like I want to see that, like, and I want like a picture of just like any Batman they can find, and their Robin's just sitting there like, do we jump in?
No.
It's still gonna sort the shit out. I mean, look at Harley; she still has both arms.
She's still alive.
Joker lost an eye right now. I don't even know what he's gonna do.
Oh my god.
The jokes are gonna be half as funny.
Yeah.
Good
and then they batarang away. They like, and then Joker's like, oh, he didn't stop and say hi. That rude motherfucker.
You're supposed to be my nemesis.
I know, right?
My guess is that it'll be the Birds of Prey movie because that makes the most sense.
To have Poison Ivy, I mean, I was so upset when they killed off Black Mask because he's dangerous. He's just as dangerous as Bane, and to make him like die like that was such a pussy move. I think. It really was.
Wait, who's Black Mask?
Black Mask,
Who?
the guy in Birds of Prey, he's the villain.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
because like he's a legitimate, terrifying person, and to have him just die, like I get you want like some resolve with your villains, but like. Like, if you kill all the villains, what movie are you gonna make after they're all dead? You gotta leave some of them alive.
You just pull from another universe.
Yeah. Let me bring Thanos over here. He doing anything. Fantastic Four is not gonna get made for 10 years.
Go get
Might as well
another
fucking bring
Darkseid.
Thanos. Apocalypse is bored. Let's bring him over here too. Fuck it. Darkseid and him can have a pissing contest. I think Darkseid might win that though. Or Trigon. I would love to see Trigon in a movie.
Or Brainiac. That would be dangerous.
That would be terrifying.
And really, really scary.
I think that's how Superman gets corrupted though. Brainiac gets into him.
Either Brainiac gets to him, Darkseid gets to him, Lex Luthor gets to him. Yeah.
Lex like manipulated him, but like not straight up brain control. Brain control's been like Darkseid and fucking
Brainiac. I can't remember. Mongo
Son
Savage.
of Krypton. Blah 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 blah. Huh?
Mongo Savage.
Oh yeah. There's lots of like crazy things that they could do. I mean, you've seen Apocalypse War, right?
No.
Okay, well, you know who Raven is, right?
Yes.
You know who her father is, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and I seen Trigon and Darkseid like either team up or try to kill each other. That would be awesome. And that would be a Justice League movie, obviously, because there's no way that you can't have the Justice League there and the Teen Titans, which means you'd have to have a Robin and you'd have to have Starfire. And honestly, I just kind of hope they bring the people from the series. I mean, they're really good at their jobs. Like, they just introduced the Red Hood and Titans, so all right. So now we've nerded out for I don't know what that says.
An extra 20 minutes or so.
There we go.
Ratings?
Romeo, go first.
I give it a 7. It was really entertaining. I really like it. Please give me more of this, please.
Right, I'll get
So
James
just a
Gunn.
7?
I'll get James Gunn on the phone and tell him to
Just
keep
a
doing it.
7? Okay.
Yes.
Mario?
I give it a 9.
I'm gonna give it a 9 as well. I really liked it. It was really well done. All the characters were really weird and interesting, and I like where they're taking it, because you can kind of see they sort of have a plan. So we can just hope that the next director, hopefully it's someone competent, knows the formula and takes it and is like, okay, let's just keep doing this. Maybe improve on little things.
They
whatever.
might give it back to James Gunn,
I hope they do. I really do. I really hope that he keeps doing it, because he's not going to do Guardians of the Galaxy after Volume 3, because...
Oh, no, they brought him... Disney, was like, they realized their fuck up, and they're like...
No, I heard he's not going to do it after Part 3, though. Because Batista doesn't want to do it anymore, either.
Well,
no, but that's what I heard. Like, the reason why they're doing 3 is because I heard that they were bringing him back, because they were gonna strike out. Like, Batista said, like, oh, I'm not gonna be in it if he's not doing it, because he's basically made like Guardians of the Galaxy, and they're
no. I knew he was doing 3, but I saw somewhere that after 3 he's done. Because of
there's only so much
of the shit show that Disney pulled, because Disney's such a trash company. So
yeah,
personal opinion. Sorry, my personal opinion. Disney
over a 10 12-year-old.
How dare you make a joke 10 years ago? You douche.
that was offensive now, I guess.
It's well, I don't even want to get into cancel culture, because that's just some Gen Z bullshit.
Okay.
But I don't think he should have gotten knocked for it. Especially considering they made Disney a buttload of money. You're like, so you're gonna get rid of the director that took a bunch of superheroes that a lot of people don't know who the fuck they are and made it really fucking good. So you're just gonna get rid of them. Okay, good job. You're geniuses.
But what's sad about it is it isn't a huge box office success, and it's mostly because stupid Warner Brothers. They're wondering, why are we not making so much money? It's I don't know. Maybe because you're making it available on HBO Max, where everybody can watch it for free, rather than pay $20 to actually go see it.
Was it? Isn't Scarlett Johansson suing Disney for that?
Yeah, because
Emma Stone.
They released part of their contract is someone told me that part of their contract is they make a percentage, and they have to meet a certain criteria. But that all just depends on, they get points or something, but that all depends on the box office, how much money they're making in the box office. If they're making a lot of money, then they get certain points, and that's good on them, because they get paid a certain amount of money. But if they don't meet those goals, they don't get those bonuses or stuff like that.
And that's bullshit.
And that's why Scarlett Johansson is suing, because it wasn't planned that this was going to be released simultaneously on Disney Plus and in theaters.
It should have been released in theaters.
Yeah.
And then in a month, release on Disney whatever Plus. Fucking channel they want to put it on. Yeah. But to do that, you're screwing with someone's livelihood, and you're
yes.
is it breach of contract? Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah.
And then that's what Emma Stone is doing too, because she got fucked over on Cruella.
A lot of directors and actors are trying to sue Warner Brothers because of it.
No, it's Disney.
No, not just only Disney, but Warner Brothers as well.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
They're trying to do that too. Apparently, Chris Nolan, the guy who did the Dark Knight trilogy, he always goes through Warner Bros. To make his films, and when they released, I guess, Tenet on on HBO.
Amazon
on HBO Max. Yeah, they were like, yeah, no, they're the worst because he's not making much out of it. So
well, there should be something put in the contract where the views go towards something.
yeah.
And obviously, like, because of the pandemic, theaters aren't doing as many showings, and it's hard as fuck to get tickets sometimes, so I get it, but yeah. So what's the average of whatever our review is?
I gave it a 7. You guys both gave it a 9, right?
Jeez.
So it'll be a 83%.
All right.
An 8.3.
There you go.
83%.
So definitely check out The Suicide Squad. Is on HBO Max still, and it is in theaters. So yes.
Yes.
What
is our next movie?
Our next movie that we're going to do is going to be Flashpoint Paradox, and it is on HBO Max also. And it is the kickoff of the New 52's storyline that they put in. So it starts with Paradox and ends in Apocalypse War. So there's a bunch of things that like go on, and it's all part of the continuity. And then Apocalypse War, like you see how it ends.
Yeah.
So it's a really like I've seen nearly all of them. There are some in the middle. Like I didn't watch the Aquaman movie because Aquaman's not that interesting to me. I mean, I'll watch Jason, whatever his name is, just all day and every night.
Todd?
Yeah, he's hot.
Jason Momoa.
Yes. Oh, gorgeous man.
Anyways.
So beautiful. And like I just like him as an actor. He owns that role. He makes Aquaman cool, and that's so hard to do. like you talk to fish or whatever. But yeah. And then of course it goes to Justice League Dark, which is part of the Justice League Dark goes into Apocalypse War. So you get to see Constantine. You get to see like sort of the Doctor Strange version of the DC, which is really interesting. The
Dr. Fate.
Yeah, you get to see them. A lot of like, just you get to see a lot, and that's why I'm choosing Flashpoint Paradox, because after that I'll pick the next movie in that order. So
Cool.
It'll be good. So anyways, thank you all for watching. And Mario, do you want to give all the websites we're on?
No, I don't.
Okay. We're on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter under Grumpy Bear Gaming. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
See.
Yes.
You did it.
Yay. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Did you? Did you enjoy it?
Yes.
I know I did. It's good.
I did.
It's good you're tired, huh?
We are all tired.
Sleepy time. Sleepy time. Okay.
All right.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
SMDH sometimes.